Howdy everyone. This morning, it was announced that Paul Green passed away at the age of 49 in his home, and to date, there is no further update on how or why. The news dropped less than half an hour ago, and never met him personally, but just as a Cowboys fan, it just hits a little differently. Condolences to his family and friends. Anyone that was associated with Paul Green. Paul Green, he didn't revolutionise the Cowboys, he evolved them, because Graham Murray, our previous most successful coach, just got them to the platform to compete in finals, whereas Paul Green, he evolved North Queensland Cowboys into a premiership force. It's just so out of left field. All deaths are, aren't they? And I just want to come on here and speak a bit about Paul Green. Paul Green made his debut in round 1 of 1994 against the Canberra Raiders for the Cronulla Sutherland Sharks. He would then go on to play 95 games for Cronulla before he moved to North Queensland in 1999 for 2 seasons. He played for the North Queensland Cowboys 35 times. He then travelled down to the Sydney Roosters, played 20 times, played a season for Parramatta. In 2003, played 7 games, and in 2004, he played 5 games for the Brisbane Broncos. So you could call Paul Green a journeyman in the NRL. He also hit representative honours as well. In 1998, he made his Queensland State of Origin debut, up until 2001, where he played a total of 7 games for Queensland. He represented Australia, but in the 1997 Super League version of the Kangaroos, and he came off the bench twice for Australia. And he also represented the Queensland State of Origin side, Super League version, in 1997 as well. Paul Green, after he retired, coached the Sydney Roosters under-20s side to a preliminary final in 2013, the same night that the first grade Sydney Roosters side won the competition. He cut his teeth under Trent Robinson as a coach, and then he finally got his first grade gig up there at the North Queensland Cowboys. And 2014 was a pretty solid year for the club. And then in 2015, it just changed everything, didn't it? In 2015, the Cowboys went on an 11-game winning streak, playing some spectacular footy at times, but if it needed to be, some really committed, defensive, mindseted performances the Cowboys put up in 2015. And then the Cowboys won the premiership against the Brisbane Broncos, that famous grand final. And his celebration of his arms raised up in the air, having assistant coaches jump on him, will forever be etched. Him pressing his palms of his hands up against the glass windows in celebration, never forgotten. And 2016 took the club to a preliminary final against the Cronulla Sharks, where we lost. And then in 2017, something absolutely remarkable happened, where North Queensland got into the top 8 by the skin of their teeth. And then somehow, some way, he, the playing group, the rest of the assistant coaches, all banded together and said, we're going to do this. And they were, the 2017 Cowboys of that final series, throughout the entire year, were such a committed team that was so dangerous. And it was remarkable because Jonathan Thurston and Matt Scott, our co-captains, were out, and that didn't really overshadow that throughout the season Antonio Winterstein, the likes of Justin O'Neill would also be missing through injury. They were battered and bruised, North Queensland, but they came together in the finals. I mean, John Asiato, I remember playing with a broken arm, but somehow Paul Green got these boys to complete their sets at an incredibly high efficiency rate. The defense was outstanding, and they played with a little bit of flair. And then I guess all the bruises really showed in the grand final of 2017. His final season for the North Queensland Cowboys was in 2020. Halfway through that year, he was given the chop, and he coached 167 games, won 87 times for North Queensland, and lost 80. It was a 52% win ratio, so it was always pretty exciting under Paul Green. It's unfortunate that his time came to an end during a period of not failures, but a lack of winning, a lack of a winning culture was about. But he took us to 2 grand finals in 3 seasons, and that's the. I'm very thankful for that. But in the grand scheme of things, he did a lot for NRL. He won a Rothman's medal as well in 1995 for best and fairest. He's an underrated player from that ARL mid-90s to early 2000s era. I think he was very good, wasn't he, to have all those representative jerseys under his name and to be in first grade playing for as long as he did. You got to have some sort of ticker about you, don't you? I don't know what else to say in case if I start rambling. But to anyone who thinks that I've put this video out there too quickly, I just want to say I didn't mean to offend you, but I just thought I'd rip it off like a band-aid, because I was just laying in my bed, and I was in my Instagram group chat, and then that news punched me in the face, and that was only about half an hour ago. So thank you to Paul Green, and may you rest in peace. It probably goes without saying, but let's do it for Greenie this Saturday. I hope that there's a moment's silence as well that the Roosters club can pull out and do for the club this weekend. It's tragic news, and again, condolences and thoughts to Paul Green's family and friends. Way too soon. Rest in peace, Greenie. Thank you for all you've done. Ride 'em, Cowboys.